I'm Scotty Smith, and this is USL Quick Strike. We are a part of the Beautiful Game Network. Go to bgn.fm to discover soccer podcasts from across this great nation of ours. And let's get you up to the minute in Week 12. 2 matches on the schedule for tonight. Memphis 901 FC traveled out to Kansas to take on the Mercy Park Rangers. And it was a 2-2 draw, with Memphis 901 FC getting 2 goals off of set pieces, both of them corners. Nice services from Cam Lindley, Dan Metzger on the first one in the 3rd minute. And then an equalizer after Mercy Park scored 2 goals. And that equalizer came again off of a corner from Cam Lindley, and Tristan Hodge skied above the competition to notch it home. 2-2, your score out there in Kansas. And there was another game on the schedule tonight. Austin Bold traveled to Fresno FC. Fresno had the opportunity to move into 2nd place in the West, and they did just that. We are now over 1/4 of the way through the USL season. Now let's just take a pause here. Let's just take a moment to look at the USL Power Rankings as they stand right now. According to the Power Rankings on USLChampionship.com, Tampa Bay is the number 1 team in USL. They are followed by New Mexico United, St. Louis FC, Indy 11, T2, Red Bull Reserves, Nashville FC, Phoenix, Lou City, and Charleston. That's the top 10 according to the USLChampionship.com Power Rankings. Early in Week 10, Monday through Thursday, these teams earned 3 points. Swope Park, Tampa, Sacramento, and then Ottawa and New York Reserves fought to a draw. Swope Park, actually our top dog of the week in Week 10 with a win over defending champion Louisville FC. Let's look at the results for Weeks 10 and 11 on the weekend. And the following teams earned 3 points. This was on May 10th through 12th. Memphis earned 3 points with a win in Hartford. Austin also earned 3 points, as well as Phoenix, Loudoun, Nashville, Louisville City, Las Vegas, Reno, Ottawa, Fresno, T2, and let's see, teams earning a draw with 1 point: Charleston, St. Louis, San Antonio, El Paso, Bethlehem, New Mexico United, and Atlanta 2. In Week 11, these teams earned 3 points. This was on May the 18th. Indy, Tampa, New Mexico United, El Paso, Phoenix, Hartford, Ottawa. Ottawa Fury actually earned 6 points over 2 weeks, so good news for them. And draws last week included Louisville City, St. Louis FC, North Carolina, Bethlehem, Nashville, Charlotte, San Antonio, Tulsa, OKC, RSL, RGV, Los Dos, Orange County, Austin, Tacoma, Reno, Swope Park, and Atlanta Reserves. The top dog over 2 weeks was El Paso with a big win over Sacramento. That seems like an upset, right? I mean, Sacramento has been good for years. Yes, they've struggled recently, and they're outside of the playoff contention right now. But it just seems that El Paso, with a 3-1 win over Sacramento, it seems like that's a big upset. If it is not an upset, then oh, how the mighty have fallen. But I got to tell you, Jerome Cursavetta, or Kisavetta, I guess as he may say it, man, what an incredible signing. Here is a guy that was once thought of as the next great German-American to play for the United States. People had him on the Jermaine Jones type of level, up there with the likes of John Brooks, maybe the Fabian Johnson kind of level, but it hasn't worked out that well for Kisavetta. In fact, he is now being considered a USL level player, which is great for El Paso because El Paso took advantage. El Paso signed him, and he is playing incredibly well He seems to have a brace every time you look up. And he has really turned that offensive attack around. So congratulations to El Paso. They are our top dog. Kevon Frater is your Week 11 Player of the Week and the Player of the Month for the month of May. I think that's exactly what I heard there. He logged his second Hattie of the year, so that's an incredible accomplishment. How good is he? I mean, 7 goals already this season. That's pretty impressive. And he is playing extremely well. And just look at what New Mexico United has in the attack. It is no wonder that they are the number 1 team in the West. And yes, I do have a pretty ridiculous man crush on them. Of course I do. But they signed Devin Sandoval, who used to be a target striker at RSL. And he has, contributed with 3 goals. Santi Moar has been an unbelievable revelation with 7 goals, and now Kevon Frater with 7 goals as well. This is an offensive attack that isn't going anywhere anytime soon. They are going to be a terror for teams in the West, and they are in the top spot right now. Add that to the fact that Cody Mizell has 40 saves, which is 5 more than anybody else in the West, and it is a formidable team. Now, T2 fans may argue that, perhaps New Mexico United has played more games, no question about that, and that T2 has been perhaps statistically slightly better when you consider the points per game statistic. But I just can't help but think that New Mexico United is the class of the West, and the USL Power Rankings agree with me. Over in the East, the battle is a little tighter, but you've got the teams that have been consistently good throughout the season are, of course, naturally at the top. Tampa Bay, a consistently good team all season long. Red Bull 2, a good team. Tom Barlow there with 8 goals, and he actually scored the game winner to beat Atlanta United in MLS the other day. So Tom Barlow may be a primarily first-team player going forward. And then you've got, another great team in St. Louis FC, which has really made the leap this year from a team that was battling for the last place position in the West last year, which they managed to acquire, to a team that has moved over to the East and has been in the top 3 all season long. So we've got some really, really good battles to consider moving forward. Let's get you 3 games to watch this weekend. I should have mentioned Nashville with a 1-0 win over Birmingham. That was, in fact, tonight. And Nashville takes on Indy 11 in a big matchup near the top of the table. That'll be Saturday night, the 25th at 6 o'clock Central Time, Nashville and Indy 11. I really like that one a lot. Hartford Athletic picked up their first win. Congratulations to them. But Ottawa Fury has jumped up into the 6th spot with 2 big wins recently. We'll see if they can keep it going. That match is also 6 o'clock on Saturday night. And I am a sucker for a late-night game in Las Vegas. That'll be at 9:30 p.m. on Saturday night. And they're going to take on Tulsa Roughnecks, a team that has been quite the surprise in the Western Conference this year. That'll be a good one to watch when you're getting settled in after all is said and done on your Saturday night, 9:30 Central Time. Hey, we got great soccer action going on all across the USL. Get out there to your local stadium and watch some fantastic soccer with friends. No better way to do it. Yeah, the Premier League season is over and all that jazz, and you're not going out at 6 o'clock in the mornings anymore to your favorite pub to go see your team play. Get out, see some USL action all across this great nation of ours. I'm Scotty Smith. Enjoy your soccer, everybody.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor makes it really easy for anyone to get started. It's a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing podcasts. Best of all, it's 100% free. Sign up now at anchor.fm/new. That's anchor.fm/new to get started.